The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane, a novel by Lisa C. Description from Amazon. Lian and her family align their lives around the seasons and the farming of tea. There is ritual and routine, and it has been ever thus for generations. Then one day a jeep appears at the village gate, the first automobile any of them have seen, and a stranger arrives. In this remote Yunnan village, the stranger finds the rare tea he has been seeking and a reticent Aka people. This will be an honest review, containing my thoughts on the low points and high points of the novel. Spoilers ahead. This book doesn't shy away from opening with a completely horrific introduction. As a girl, Lian is in training with her mother to become the village midwife. When her friend's sister-in-law Deja gives birth to twins, per village tradition the twins are killed upon birth. This moment, the killing of two healthy babies, haunts the main character and hangs over the rest of the narrative. While this moment is gruesome, shocking, and difficult to read, it is crucial to the plot as it triggers so many events. No one in the village ever forgets the death of these twins, most of all Lian, and this spurs her journey into the modern world. Rather than becoming a midwife like her mother who might oversee the deaths of more twins in the future, Lian breaks from this tradition she cannot support by becoming educated outside of their Aka village so she can lead their village into the modern world where no other children will be ritualistically killed. Another low point for me was the ending of the book. While the final words of the book are beautiful, with an immersive build-up of natural imagery, as Lian's mother leads her long-lost daughter to her up the mountain and through the trees to a grove, and we finally get a reunion of these two characters who have been yearning to reunite the entire book, the scene ends in the novel before they speak a single word to each other. It is an ending that perhaps didn't need words, as the reader is left to imagine what they would say, but the ending could have been more powerful for some of the messaging if words had been spoken or other reunions took place. 2 decades before, Lian gave her daughter up for adoption out of fear that she would be executed by her father and brothers if she had brought her home. After modernization of the village, Lian says that no babies would be killed there today, yet rather than just saying this, it could have been shown more directly, if Lian had brought her daughter home to meet the men in her family who would embrace her at the end, proving just how far the village has come, and displaying the growth of these other characters over the course of the novel. Yet, this was a novel about women, and it is perhaps more powerful to end the story with 3 women, mother, daughter, granddaughter, standing together in the clearing of tea trees in a grove where only women are allowed, and where the granddaughter had been born before the 3 were separated for 20 years. Lian is an incredibly compelling character, who is easy to root for as she searches for her place in the world, after losing her husband, her daughter, and her home. The way that she describes tea is mesmerizing, and this book offers so much information on the production and history of tea in China. Unexpectedly, there are so many light moments in this book that balance out the darkness, such as the women who harass Lian in the park with photos and resumes of their sons, as they hope she will become their daughter-in-law. Comedy also comes from the character who had experienced the most darkness in the novel, Deja, who lost her twins at the start. As she helped Lian through her delivery at a modern hospital and steals the placenta to bury under the house, returning smiling covered in cobwebs, I couldn't help smiling too. More than any of her novels, this book by Lisa C. subverted my expectations. At the start, traditions weigh heavily on this book, as Lian is a member of the Aka people of China. As she describes the rural setting, the rituals that her family partake in with a village shaman, and the lack of technology, at first I thought that this novel was set in the distant past. It isn't until a car drives up to the village gate, and a little boy gets out of the car wearing a Simpsons character on his t-shirt that it becomes clear how modern the setting of the novel is. Lian's people have simply isolated themselves from the world to protect their traditions, which makes her journey into the outside even more jarring. As she bravely faces society, the narrative remains unpredictable. Given that C's novels often contain strong female friendships, the betrayal by Lian's best friend Ciitha was shocking. While women sometimes betray other women in C's novels, this time there was no reconciliation between these best friends, which was surprising. This seemed to reinforce that of all the female friendships Lian had in this novel, none was stronger than the one she had with her mother. No one else knew all of her secrets, no one understood her on such a deep level, and no one had been there throughout her life like her mother. Yet another moment that shocked me was the entire character arc of Lian's lover, Sanpa. When he left, promising to return to marry Lian soon. I could sense that he wouldn't come back in the time he promised. His delay caused Lian to deliver her daughter in secret and give her up for adoption, yet it was completely surprising that he came back at all, albeit too late to help their daughter. He became a tragic character, living in poverty, addicted to heroin, and so transformed from the man that Lian once knew. This transformation made his unexpected ending that much more compelling, as Sanpa followed Lian through the woods when she was going to divorce him, intent on killing her so she couldn't leave him. He drew an arrow from his quiver. Lian turned to face him, so he would have to look him in the eyes as he killed her, yet at the last second he shouted "Cat," to warn her that a tiger was about to pounce her. Sanpa was a man heavily under the influence of drugs, paranoid and twisted from the person he once was, yet at the last second of his life, he remembered himself and the woman he once loved, shouting to get the tiger's attention and sacrificing his life so that Lian could escape. I also expected the man who arrived at the village gate at the start of the novel with his son dressed in Simpsons merch to be more of an ominous character. I was pleasantly surprised when it was revealed he had interests aligned with the Aka people, and his son even became a romantic interest for Lian's daughter, bringing the families together. While on the surface, it is obvious that Lisa C's novels explore the bonds between women. What is truly remarkable about her novels is that these relationships are explored over the course of decades, as her novels span the entire lifetime that these women share, through the ups and downs of their friendships, usually from their first meeting to their last. It is this trait of her novels that is truly immersive about C's novels. Readers truly get not just a window into the lives of her characters, but we get to see the whole lives of her characters, which makes them feel real. Every single one of her books is an incredible experience.